Now, the head of the World Meteorological Organization has voiced concern about the effects of climate change in the Mediterranean after Italy recorded what is thought to be a record temperature for Europe. The readings in Sicily, Italy, 48 minus 48 Celsius has yet to be verified. Now, the record temperature comes amid the island of Sicily struggling to deal with wildfires triggered by the heat wave.
For more, we can now join our RISE correspondent, LAPE OLARINOYE, to give us more insights on these stories. LAPE, the number of wildfires has risen dramatically in the last couple of weeks. What are the main contributing factors to this? Maybe it's a sign of naivety, but I was surprised to hear that some may be caused deliberately.
Yes, that's in Algeria, particularly where the Algerian government think that they have been they're an act of terror or even arson, just because of how much of a coincidence the fires were taking place, and also the deaths of particularly soldiers who were sent there to help evacuate residents. But actually, if you look at the real contributing factors to some of these wildfires, I think it's about time that we come to terms with the reality of climate change, particularly if we look at countries like Italy, Greece, even Turkey, as well as countries in parts of America where they are no strangers to wildfires, but it seems to be becoming more frequent, and it's getting spreading quicker and quicker. And that's predominantly because of climate change, the extreme change in weather, the heat, the fact that some people live on hilltops, and the winds that are blowing these fires that are leading to sparks of fires and actually damaging hectares and hectares of land. I mean, only in California, there's over about 2 million hectares of land basically damaged because of these fires that aren't necessarily being caused deliberately. They're catching on because of the extreme temperatures that many residents haven't been used to.
All right, that way, now let's talk about other countries away from Algeria. How are countries like Greece and others affected responding to this natural disaster?
Well, particularly countries like Greece that haven't seen, the vast wildfires in their history before. Essentially, they're not coping. They're having to, ask for help from other European countries, neighboring countries like France, Spain, Germany, even Czechoslovakia, Romania have all sent out equipment and firefighters to help curtail the spread of the fires. I mean, over 1,000 people have lost their homes in Greece already, many of which have been evacuated. But actually, it's the aftermath. What will the government essentially do to help these people? So what the Greek government is proposing is to, distribute the 500 million euro fund for people that have been affected by the wildfires, as well as promising to rebuild or replant trees that are more protective of fires. So that's what they're proposing so far. How soon or when they'll do it is, of course, subject to how quickly these fires are curtailed. But the government does have some sort of an action plan to help a country that is heavily reliant on tourism get back on its feet.
And it remains to be seen how quickly those trees grow and actually become a point of defense. But looking to Italy now, Italy is also recording the highest ever recorded temperature in Europe. The World Meteorological Organization are worried about this. What's your sense?
Well, Italy hasn't been a country that sees wildfires every year like other countries like in America, parts of America like California that have been seeing an increase of wildfires over the last 2 years. But actually in Italy, it is a country that is prone to sunshine and warmth. But not at this level. And that warmth and the extreme levels of heat is what's leading to the wildfires. And so, of course, they've been able to curtail it over the last couple of weeks. But actually, now there needs to be more of a concerted effort to curtailing that, making sure people are aware of the signs of wildfires, making sure people are reporting. And of course, the most important thing, making sure that the response team is on hand to deal with the wildfires. Italy's been lucky enough to manage the spread of it. But of course, with natural disasters, anything can happen. And everybody does have to be on alert. And that goes for other countries beside Italy as well, because it seems as though climate change is ravaging the whole world at the moment.
All right, I want to say many thanks to you, LAPE OLARINOYE, our correspondent in the UK.